A very good afternoon, dear students. I hope you all are safe at your place. I, Professor Sonal Agrawal, welcome you all on the digital platform of Agrawal Vidya Vihar English Medium College. This is the lecture for the subject Indian Banking and Currency System Paper 5. In the last lecture, we have covered the topic that is the achievements of nationalization of banks. Here, in that we have discussed all the points. As I already say so many times, that point is also important as a 13 marks question, or any sub point of that topic is can be asked in examination as a separately short note or 7 marks question. So preparing both the manners. Now in today's lecture, we are going to start the topic that is the problem faced by the nationalized bank. Yeah, after nationalization, or you can say after conversion of the private sector bank into the public sector bank, so many problems are there that the bank has to be faced. Yeah, so which are they and which types of problem they have to face, which types of you can say the reasons which are responsible for the underdevelopment of that nationalized bank, or you can say these are the limitation of the functioning of nationalization banks. So these all things we are going to discuss in today's lecture. So many points are there that the first point about the problem is the decline profitability of the public sector bank. As we already discussed this point also that the profit of the public sector bank is less than the profit of the private sector bank. Then the second reason or second problem that is faced by the nationalized bank is the decline efficiency of the public sector bank due to the so many reasons, and which are those reasons that we going to study in this topic. The next problem is faced by the nationalized bank is the banking facilities are still inadequate. As we discussed so many times that after nationalization, number of banks increased, the number of banks branches increased, per branch, the number of customers is going to be reduced, even though the banking facilities are inadequate. So with this point, we are going to discuss. The next point of the problem is that the problem arising out of the rural branch expansion policy, that the policy we have discussed that the started by the government about the rural branch expansion, so the rural areas can also connect with the banking facilities. Here, as the banks are or the bank branches are not available in the rural areas or unbanked areas. Yes, so because of this policy of the government, what are the problems that the bank has to be faced? Then the next topic is about the regional imbalances in branch expansion. As we all said that the one of the main objective in the objective point we have discussed that objective of nationalization of banks, that one of the main objective is to reduce these regional imbalances. Here now private banks are wanted to start the branches in already developed areas so they can earn the more and more profit. To reduce these types of imbalances in the economy, the nationalized bank comes into the existence. Even after the nationalization of the bank, this objective of the regional development is not able to achieve. So, what are the problems that we are going to discuss? The next point is about the deposit mobilization in rural areas is not sufficient. As we discussed that in the achievement point, the number of banks and the number of branches in the rural areas is increased. Now the nationalized banks are wanted to start the new banks and new branches in the rural areas. Even though the deposit mobilization rate in those areas are not sufficient. So what are the reason and what is the data says? So this point we are going to discuss. The next point about the problem is about the diversion of the rural deposit to the urban sectors. Here, as we said that the number of the customers in the rural areas are less and the deposit made by those customers are less. Even though whatever deposit made by those customers will be transferred via some way or via way of credit to the urban sector. So this is one of the problems that faced by the nationalized bank. The next problem is about the increase in the working expenses of the bank. Here they wanted to start the banks in the rural areas because of the policy of the government, and this all are the reasons that because of some of the reasons the working expenses of the public sector bank is more comparison to the private sector bank. So what are those reasons? So we are going to discuss in this topic. The next limitation of the next problem that the banks face is that about the low operational efficiency. As we discussed that the working expenses will be high, we are started the branches in the rural areas, the training facilities are not available for the employees. So because of this, all the reasons, the operational efficiency of that particular nationalized bank is low. The next point is about the frauds and the robberies in banks. Here, private sector, the data analysis sees that comparison to the private sector bank, the cases of the frauds and robberies in the banks is more in the nationalized bank or the public sector bank. So, what are the reason of this? We are going to study. The next point is about the politizations of the banking operation. As we know that the public sector banks are under the control of the government. So the political interference is more in the public sector bank. They are not in the private sector bank. So this is one of the main problems that the efficiency of the bank is going to be reduced because of this political interference. So these are all things we are going to discuss one by one in detail. Again, the same thing as we discussed in the last topic that this topic is again IMP from the 13 marks question as well as the one or two topics, subtopics of this topic can be asked as a separately short note or 7 marks question. As you can see here, the point number one is about the decline profitability of the public sector bank. This topic is asked in the examination separately in the year of 2007, 8, 2013 and October 2014 and there may be chances that in future also it is going to ask. So what is the question in examination that explain the causes or the reasons of decline profitability of public sector bank? So in that question, you have to explain this point number one separately. Clear? So preparing both the manners, if it is asked separately as a 7 marks question or short note, or if it asks as a whole topic, complete topic in a 13 marks question, then how to write these contents that you have to cover. So explain in both the manners. We are preparing both the manners. So now the first point is about the decline profitability of the private sector bank of the public sector bank comparison to the private sector bank. So here you can see that the profitability of the public sector bank has been found to be low as compared to the private sector bank or with a comparison of the foreign banks. Here, why this is so? So certain causes or the certain reasons are there of this low profitability. So that causes or reasons we are going to discuss in detail. So you can see on the screen that the list of the reasons, the list of the causes are given on the screen that because of this all the reasons the profitability of the public sector bank is low compared comparison to the private sector bank and the foreign bank. Now what we have to do that we have to study this all the reason, all the causes one by one in detail. So the first one is about the rapid branch expansion. Here, as we all know that the nationalized one of the main objective of the nationalized bank to increase more and more branches in all the areas so the more and more areas can be covered with the banking operation facilities and the branch expansion is possible in the rural areas and unbanked areas. So because of this reason they uh, started branching or started you can say networking on the developing or the less profitability areas of the rural areas or the semi-urban areas. Yeah. So because of this reason, the new officers in the normal course takes at least 3 to 5 years to achieve just the break-even point. Profit is the something else. Here they are not able to run the business. They are not able to run the banking business with the break-even point. What do you mean by break-even point? Means the profit is equal to cost. So there should be no profit, no loss situation here. So they are not able to maintain the cost situation. They are not able to earn that so that they can cover the cost of the operating activity, operating business activity. So they are not able to get the point of the break even. So they are not able to earn the single penny. You can say they are running in loss. So because of this reason, what are the main reason of this loss? One of the main reason is about the rapid branch expansion. The government policy has adopted by the public sector bank to start more and more branches in the rural areas, in the semi-urban areas, or you can say in the less profitable areas. In those areas, number of the customers are less. They are not ready to use the banking facilities in a wider scale. The second reason is that the deposit made by those customers are less, so the funds in the hand of the banker will be less. If the fund will be less, then of course the banker is not able to invest those monies, or the bank is not able to lend more money to the customers. So because of that reason, the basic activity cannot be done by the bank in a wider scale and ultimately the profitability of those banks will be low. So because of those reasons, they are not able to achieve the break-even point even. Yeah? So they are running in loss, you can say. This is the one of the main reason of the low profitability or the less profitability of the public sector bank. The second reason is about the high cost of establishment. Here, the nationalized bank has come to incur the heavy establishment expenditure, especially on the building and furnishing, just to attract the customer toward the premises of the bank. Here, as you can see that if any new bank started in the market, just to attract the customers, the cleanliness, they focus on the cleanliness, they focus on the furniture and the building, they focus on the premises of the bank. So they doing so many expenditure on these types of objectives here on the metro cities or even in the urban areas to attract the customers. So because of this reason, the establishment cost of those banks were very high. So they are not able to earn this much of profit in the market, and the cost is very high to recover this types of cost. They require so many times. So, but this is one of the main reasons of the low profitability of the public sector banks. Then the third reason of the low profitability is the inadequate training. To whom inadequate training to the you can say the banking person. So ultimately the high operational cost is there and they are not able to cover this cost out of the banking activity. Why? Because the person who is working in the banking premises is not so able trained person, and one of the reason is about the failure of the cash trading programs of the bank to make any dent of the efficiency and the productivity of the personnel. Personnel means the person who is working in the bank. Here, the employees of the bank, you can say, they are not able to handle the cash on an efficient manner. Handle, what do you mean by handling of the cash? Handling means to use in a better way. Yeah, but as you know that the deposit will be less at the hand, in on the hand of the banker. Why? Because the number of the customer is less. And what the banker has to do, the banker has to use that funds in an efficient manner. So the or you can say the banker has to invest those money on the most profitable sector. So at least they can earn the slightly higher profit. Even the person who is going to decide this investment decision is not so much trained person or not so much expertise person. So because of that reason also, because of the lack of training programs also, they are not able to maintain the cash in an efficient manner. So this is the one of the reason of the failure of the cash training program, and because of that reason, the operational cost of the particular bank or the public sector bank is very high. The next reason about the low profitability of the bank is the concessional finance. Here, a concessional finance means at a discount, you can say at a discounted rate. Finance means the lending activity. We are doing the lending activity at a concessional rate, means at a lower rate, you can say. So many times we have discussed that with the objective of granting the loan to the weaker section and to the priority sector according to the concept of social banking, the nationalized banks come into the existence. Here, one of the main objective, the objective we have discussed at this point also here. So, with a viewpoint to correcting the regional imbalance and the sectoral imbalance in the economy, and to encourage more and more the weaker and the neglected sector of the economy, the nationalized bank come into the existence. Here, the nationalized bank have been deploying an increasing proportion of their loanable fund at a relatively low rate of interest. We focus here low rate of interest. They are charging the rate of interest, but the rate of interest is low. That low rate of interest is known as the differential rate of interest. Here, they are giving the loan to the weaker section or to the neglected sector at a discounted rate of interest. Here, because of this reason, also the profitability of those banks here low comparison to the private sector banks. Why? Because out of the loanable fund, they are granting more and more loan to the weaker section and to the neglected sector. And of course, in these types of sectors, the rate of interest charged by the bank is low. And because of those reasons, the profitability which is earned by the public sector bank is low. So this is one of the main reasons to low profitability of the public sector bank. I hope it is clear. Concession finance means the lending activity which is done by the bank to the weaker section and the neglected sector at a discounted rate. Generally, this rate of interest is 4%. Yeah? The next is about the lack of the cost consciousness. Yeah, it has almost become, you can say, in the according to the analysis that the public sector banks are not able to cover the basic or the operating cost. Here, under the analysis done by some of the committee, they have said that the expenses under the various heads, like for an example, stationery, expenses, traveling expenses, other allowance which is given to the employees who are working on the bank, medical allowance to the employees, and the miscellaneous expenses or daily expenses of the bank are too high. Here, they are not able to control these types of expenses, or you can say they are not checking these types of expenses in a proper way. So the chances of the frauds in these types of expenses are very high. So because of this reason, the cost, or you can say the operating activity is increasing of these types of banks. Why? Because they are not able to check this minor cost. Here, these all are the daily costs, but minor, but these all are the daily costs. Suppose a person is doing the fraud of 10 rupees daily. So in a month, the person is able to do the fraud of 300 rupees, and in a year it is so big amount. So over a year, the profitability of a bank is, suppose all the employees working in the bank are doing the fraud of 10 rupees daily. So ultimately, this minor 10 rupees is built a big amount over the year. So because of this minor fraud or this minor inconsistency of the banker or the banking facility, they may have to suffer the loss. The second reason is about the inadequate recovery and overstaffing. Here, sometimes it has been seen that the number of the customers are less in the newly started banks or the branches in the some of the areas, and comparison to the profit and the deposit mobilization rate of that particular bank, the staff which is recruited by the bank is high. Here, or this is also known as the overstaff in comparison to the need of the bank. So this may be the reason that. Because of this reason, the cost of the bank or the operating cost of the bank is increased, and they are not able to make the profit in a big manner. The next reason is about the low profitability of the public sector bank is the rising cost of the bank deposit. Here, the cost of the what is the cost of deposit? The interest which is paid by the bank on the deposit is known as the cost of the deposit. Suppose you are having a savings account. So the whatever in rate of interest paid by the bank to you as a customer, that rate of interest is the cost for the bank, and that rate of interest is the income for the customer. Here we are talking about the cost of the bank deposit, means we are talking about the rate of interest which is paid by the banker on the bank deposit. So why rising cost of bank deposit? As we discussed in the last topic, that nowadays the composition of the bank deposit is changed. Now the customers are focusing more on the term deposit comparison to the demand deposit. Now term deposit means what? Term deposit means the deposit which is repayable on the particular time period. For an example, the fixed deposit. So nowadays the customers are focusing more on the fixed deposit. They are not focusing so much on the savings account and the current account. Here, so you can say the data says, or the analysis says this, that 83% of the total deposit which is in the hand of the banker, out of these 83 out of the total deposit, 83% are just the time deposit, or you can say the term deposit. So suppose 83% are the term deposit. So of course the rate of interest on the term deposit will be high comparison to the demand deposit here. So because of those reasons, the cost of the bank deposit is increased nowadays. So this may be the reason of the low profitability of the bank. And the last reason is about the increasing the NPAs. Here now, public sector banks are not able to analyze the end use of the bank credit. Here, if they are not able to do the analysis about the end use of the credit given by them, so of course, yes, the chances of the NPA is going to be increased. So because of this is one of the reasons that the NPA is increased. The second reason about the NPA is that they are granting more and more loan to the weaker section, and in the weaker section, if the loan is granted by the bank, then the chances of risk is high. If the risk is high, then the chances of recovery will be low, and of course, the chances of the NPA will be high. So this may be the second reason of increasing the NPA with the public sector banks. Here, the meaning of the NPA is given. Just read it once. Done. Non-performing assets are those which have ceased to perform, or you can say they are not able to perform That is, they are no longer available to yield interest, means to make the profit for the bank, either because the borrower is unable to pay or because he is unwilling to pay the interest or the installment amount. So this is the meaning of NPA. With this, the first point is over. What is the first point? The first point is about the decline profitability of the public sector bank. Nowadays, the public sector banks are not able to make the big profit or the huge profit. Here we discuss this all the reason of the decline profit of the public sector bank in detail. This question is again I am repeating, sometimes asked in the examination as a short note or as a 7 marks question, to prepare in those manners also. We discuss all these reasons of the low profitability of the public sector bank. The second reason about the problem that is faced by the nationalized bank is decline the efficiency of the public sector bank. Here is it has been general experience that the quality of the customer services which is rendered by the public sector bank is going to be reduced comparison to the private sector bank after the post nationalization period. So this is the analysis said by the done by the some of the committees. The reason may be that the staff indiscipline and the lack of the devotion to the duties. Here, in the public sector, the bankers are generally working for salary. They are not devoted to their duties. There are so many indiscipline found in the public sector bank in comparison to the private sector bank. These types of indisciplines are low. So this may be the reason that the efficiency of the public sector bank is going to be reduced. The next reason may be the red tapeism. I have discussed the meaning of the red tapeism with you, that unnecessary rules and regulation that to be followed to complete a procedure. That is known as the red tapeism. Corruption, malpractices, irregularity, neglect of the duty, inefficiency, impoliteness, and the discouraged behavior towards the customer. These all may be the reasons of the reducing the profitability or the efficiency of the public sector bank. You can may seen in the practical life also that the banker who is the employee of a private sector bank, the behavior of that employee with the customer and the behavior of the public sector bank's employee with the customer is slightly different. A minor difference you may find on the behavior of the bankers with the customers, but again it depends on the person to person also. Every person has their own patience in the behavior level. The change may from person to person also, but the overall analysis says that the behavior of the employee or the banker of the public sector bank is not good comparison to the banker of the private sector bank. Then the government therefore should take the extreme measures to deal with all these lapses on the part of the employee. Suitable incentive must be given to them for their efficiency, regularity, honesty, and integrity should be given. So this is the remedy suggested by this topic, that if the any public sector bank wants to reduce these types of reasons which are responsible for the decline efficiency of the public sector bank, so what the banker has to do, what the government has to do, government has to give the incentive to increase the efficiency of the bankers here of the public sector banks. They have to give the incentives about the regularity and honesty. They have to appraise, the form of the appraisal must be decided by them, the incentive decided by them. So the ultimately the person who is working in the public sector bank will be encouraged. Here, encouraged motivation is required in all the sectors. Here, so the motivation factor they have to decide. Salary is just the hygiene factor as we have discussed in the yeah, it might be first year or the second year, but the, according to the Herbert, that the salary which is given by the bank to the employee, it is just the hygiene factor to motivate them or to do improve their devotion to the particular duty. What the government has to do, government has to decide some of the motivational factors, some of the incentive factor must be decided by the government. So this is the second thing, that the problem, that is the second problem has to be faced by the private public sector bank. The third reason is that the banking facilities are still inadequate. We said that the number of the bank is increased over the year, number of the bank branches increased over the year. Nowadays, more and more banks started in the rural areas and unbanked areas, even though the banking facilities are still found inadequate. In spite of the phenomenal branch expansion program undertaken by the commercial bank during the last 4.5 decades, India is still one of the underbanked countries of the world. Clear? The development of the banking facility is still too inadequate in relation to the size and the population of the country. As we are discussing that the number of the bank increase, number of the bank branches increase, but with this the number of the population of the country is also increased. So ultimately, the position of the banks and the banking facilities are at the same positions. Here, the data says that only 60,000 out of the 6 lakh villages have any banking facilities even after 65 years of the independence. Here, so this is very bad situation for India. It has been estimated that the number of the bank branches per 1 lakh adult is just 10.5 as against 66 in Italy, 45.5 in Brazil, 41.3 in France. These data are in percentage. 38.7 in Denmark, 35.2 in USA, 24.2 in UK, and 55.5 in Germany. So you can see that out of the analysis of this all the countries, the percentage or the number of the bank branches over the 1 lakh adult in the form of percentage in India is very low, as it is just 10.5%. So still we can say that the banking facilities are still inadequate even after the expansion program or the branch expansion program undertaken by the commercial bank or the public sector. So these all are the limitations or the problem that is faced by the banks. From the fourth point, we will continue from the next lecture. What we did in the today's lecture, we have started the topic that is the decline profitability of public sector bank due to the problem faced by the nationalized bank. We have started this topic, and in this problem, we have done with the 3 points. That is, first one is about the decline profitability of the public sector bank. Second point is the decline efficiency of the public sector bank. Third point is the banking facilities are still inadequate. From the fourth point, we are going to continue in the next lecture. What we did in the first point, decline profitability of the public sector bank. Here we have discussed so many causes about the low profitability of the public sector bank. Here the list of the causes are given. That the first one is about the rapid branch expansion. Especially in the underdeveloped area or less profitable area. Because of this reason, the profitability is low. The second is the high cost of establishment on the building and the furnishing of the bank just to attract the customer. Because of this reason, establishment cost is very high and the profitability will low. The third reason is about the inadequate training given to the employees of the bank to maintain the cash in the hand. So because of this reason, the operational cost will be high and so the profitability will be low. The next reason is about the concessional finance given to the weaker section and the neglected sector of the economy just to do the correction in the regional and the sectoral imbalance of the economy. Because of those reasons, the profitability of the bank will be low. Why? Because they are not able to earn a good rate of interest on the lending amount. The next is the lack of the cost consciousness on these minor expenses, on the minor daily expenses of the bank. Such like examples are given like stationery expenses, traveling, allowance given to the employees, medical expenses, miscellaneous expenses. Because of these all the reasons, the cost will be high, or you can say the operating cost will be high. The second reason is about the inadequate recovery of the loan given to the customer, so the NPA rate will be high, and the overstaffing made by the public sector bank. These all are the reasons. So ultimately the cost will be increased, and because of these reasons the profitability of the bank will be low. The next is about the rising cost of the bank deposit. Why? Because the composition is changed. Now the persons are focusing on more on the term deposit, and on the term deposit the rate of interest will be high. Because of that reason the cost of the bank deposit is increasing nowadays. Because of this reason, the profitability will be low. And the last reason is about the increasing the non-performing assets of the bank. So many reasons are there of the NPA we have discussed today. So as the non-performing assets of the banks are increasing, so ultimately the profitability is going to be reduced. So these all things we have discussed. After that, second point we have discussed about the decline efficiency of the public sector bank. In that, we have discussed some of the reasons about the staff discipline, lack of the devotion of the duty, red tapeism, corruption. These all are the reasons we have discussed. Because of those reasons, the efficiency of the public sector bank is going to be reduced. After that, in the last, we have discussed one of the remedies that if the government wants to reduce these types of inefficiency in the public sector bank, then of course the government has to think about some of the suitable incentive which must be given to the employees working in the public sector bank. And then lastly, what we discussed about the banking facilities are still inadequate. We have discussed that the number of the banks increased, number of the bank branches increased over the year. Even though the banking facilities for the banker, the number of the customers are not decreasing. One of the main reason is about the population of the country is that with the increasing bank, with the increasing number of the bank branches, with the same time the population of the country is also increasing and the banking facilities are still found inadequate in India. We can prove this statement with the help of the data that only 60,000 out of the 6 lakhs villages have the facilities of the bank, and again the number of the bank branches per 1 lakh adult in India is just 10.5 percentage, which is the lowest comparison to the other countries of world. So these points we have covered in today's lecture. From this fourth point we are going to discuss in the next lecture. Just try to make these points very clear. I shared the notes with you also on the Google Classroom. So please find the attachment and start reading. We are thinking about quiz or as well as it may be assignment also. So just start reading. Till then, stay home, stay safe. Have a good day.